Yo guys, Visionist Gen here, bringing you the full Mantis guide following the latest Season 2 update, breaking down all of her abilities, including her team up and addressing her strengths and weaknesses. This is episode 16 of my new Hero Series guides with all of the previous episodes on my channel, and on that note, let's get right into it. So, Mantis is what I call a hybrid in this game. She is a support or strategist in this game who provides healing over time, damage buffing capabilities, crowd control using her sleep ability, and a movement speed boost as well as bonus health for her teammates using her ultimate ability. She's what I call a hybrid in this game, as she's really versatile in various areas. I wouldn't say she's a high tier healer or damage dealer or crowd control hero by any means, but she's one of the few heroes in this game who's among some of the best in each of those respective categories and heroes in this game. A hero who was extremely effective in the Season 1.5 update, being a meta strategist alongside Alan Warlock due to the team up ability, which I'll explain shortly. And when we talk about subcategories of heroes, which I've made a separate series on my channel breaking down all of these subcategories, go check it out. But there's more to this game than just the three roles or sort of playstyles such as tank, healer, and damage, and this is where she thrives and is extremely effective. Now, she has a base health of 275 and a movement speed of 6 meters per second, which is pretty standard throughout all of the characters in the game. The key thing to understanding with this hero is the charges aspect of her character, or leafs as they call it, which she has 4 of, and with each charge taking 3 seconds to recharge, and they are called, as I said, leafs, which powers her abilities. Now, for each of the abilities in this game, you need to understand the key aspect on how you power these abilities or utilize them, and how you also gain your charges back even quicker. Now, with the primary attack, this is called Life Energy Blast, and as I mentioned, this is key because the actual critical hit of this ability, or just using your primary attack, actually generates 1 life orb. Now, this attack fires an energy thorn that deals 50 damage per round, which is actually insane, making her a sneaky assassin. It has no damage fall off, which is even crazier, and it fires 2.5 rounds per second with a 20 ammo count. So really, you need to be utilizing the actual damage aspect of this character as well as the healing, as that is what she is, as I mentioned, a hybrid support. Now, as well as this, you can do a lot of healing over time, utilizing the L2 ability, known as the Healing Flower, where you consume 1 life orb, which provides healing over time to any teammate you hit with this. It basically provides 2 types of healing effects, one-time healing and a healing over time. The initial one-time healing is 55, and it also then provides a 20 per second healing over time amount over an 8-second duration, so effectively an additional 160 total health combined to a 215 healing from just using 1 life orb. Now, as well as this, she can actually enhance damage of other teammates, called the Allied Inspiration. By pressing L1, consuming a life orb actually enhances the damage output, providing a 12% damage boost for your teammates, lasting 8 seconds. Now, again, to understand this, the duration cannot stack, so repeated using of this ability does not actually just provide more damage boosting, it just refreshes the 8-second cooldown, so you really want to time this well. And you'll see on the left and right side of your screen, you'll see blue and green meters, which are effectively tracking whether you're damage boosting or whether you're actually healing your teammates. As you can see here, I'm healing Thor and also damage boosting him, so it gives you an indication on when they're about to run out, just to give you an idea. But that is the key element to understand with this character, as you need to be tracking your movements of your teammates so that you know exactly when and where they are to give them a good damage boost when it's required, or just healing in general. Another key element to understanding with this character is the crowd control aspect, using the R1 ability known as the Spore Slumber, where you throw a spore to sedate the nearest enemy in a 3-meter radius. It lasts 3.5 seconds, dealing 10 damage. The illusion health is then shown. You can see there's a purple sort of illusion of that character. It has 100 health, and when they are actually sedated, other enemies or teammates, depending on whether you are the Mantis or you're playing against one, can actually break that and stop the actual effect taking place. But it lasts 3.5 seconds and has a 15-second cooldown, and is really crucial for stunning the likes of maybe Venom, who then uses his ability to stay alive. You stun him, and then everyone can just sort of pile on damage and then remove him before he can sort of sling away. This is where I found it sort of most effective as a Mantis player. But as well as providing healing and damage boosts for your teammates, you can also use your circle ability known as Natural Anger to consume a life orb yourself, granting yourself with a damage boost of 12% boost, and also lasts for 8 seconds. But combining the likes of the R1 ability, the Spore Slumber, with the Natural Anger allows you to actually stay alive and be more sort of self-sufficient when those dive characters are trying to single you out, because you can actually sleep them and crowd control the situation, making you really effective in these scenarios, which is really powerful and one of the main reasons this character is actually used, as well as sort of excelling in a 3 support setup where she can damage boost, do some good healing, and as well as just being a good damage character in general as well. Now, as for the passive ability known as Nature's Favor, where you receive a movement boost when you're not injured, as well as a healing over time when you're consuming these life orbs. Now, the boost actually takes effect after 3 seconds after leaving combat. That's when it activates, giving you 7.5 meters per second movement speed, which, as I mentioned, when you're trying to track down and sort of keep an eye on all of your teammates, this is really effective to allow you to get from A to B slightly faster. And then as well as this, consuming any life orbs actually provides Mantis with a healing over time self-heal of 12.5 per second over an 8-second duration. So just consider that for each time you're using an orb or when you're low on health and that you need to provide yourself with healing over time. It's not an instant heal by any means, so you do rely on other healers, which is why I sort of alluded to the fact that Mantis is better suited for sort of a 3 support setup due to her sort of strengths and weaknesses, and also with the fact that she doesn't have high instant heal capabilities. Now, as for the ultimate ability known as Soul Resurgence, this is where she releases soul energy around her whilst moving, providing healing over time and a movement boost for all surrounding allies. Any excess healing that she provides is converted into bonus health. So basically, on use, Mantis and her teammates within the radius of the one will gain a one-time healing amount of 200 health, and then it provides a additional 150 healing to everyone who remains within the ult for the duration, as well as entering into the ultimate ability, providing them with a 3 meter per second additional movement speed boost, so 50% for most of the heroes, as well as any excess healing that is provided is then converted into bonus health, which is that blue bar that you see on allies, which is about 70% of the healing over time that is converted, and then the excess healing / maximum health of conversion is up to 100 bonus health. Now, the ultimate has a 15 meter radius and lasts for 8 seconds in duration, and has an energy cost of 3,700, which is fairly expensive, but considering how well rounded it is, it makes sense. Now, as for the team up ability known as Nature's Soul, where Adam Warlock enhances the rebirth power of both Star-Lord and Mantis, granting them with the power of Cocoon Revival, just like himself, and it can be used with every 120 seconds after dying. This basically was the Season 1 to 1.5 absolute meta for the 3 support setup, when you have a sort of main healer, Warlock for the snipe abilities and sort of that range and also clutch factor with his ultimate and also the team up, and then Mantis for the damage boosting as well as healing over time capabilities. And then basically, as a summary, she is a hybrid strategist who's great at providing healing, damage boosting, crowd control, and movement boost, thriving in a 3 support setup with the likes of Warlock and any other main healer. But anyways, guys, there you have it. That's the full guide for Mantis. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, tips or tricks or cool clips you want to share, let me know down below in the comments. I'm Vision Shin. I'll see you in the next one.